Hello, I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy, and we need help.
Each week we stumble through a new book, method, or concept that brings us one step closer to being our best self.
Yes, we make fun of ourselves.
And others.
But mostly just ourselves. So here's to not taking self-help quite so seriously.
Welcome to We Need Help. I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy, and today we're going to talk about the rank. Is that what it's called? The rank conference or the ranker?
The rank maker.
Rank
maker.
Rank maker. Okay.
Yes, the rank maker.
That's so cool.
Rank makers. Yeah. I'm so excited to talk about it. It's unbelievable what I just experienced, and I can't believe I get to bring it to you and bring it into a lot of different things in my life.
Yeah.
It's been a real cool thing.
Cool.
Oh, I've got another hair boner. Remember?
One of our first episodes, Lizzy had a hair boner.
I had a hair boner. Well, and we were at this conference, and there was a costume contest, and my girlfriend Tatiana was Cleopatra, and she had a snake sticking out of the top of her crown.
Wow.
Or headpiece, and it looked like a half hard penis. And it was she made Dickhead look really good.
That's so funny.
Let me just say. But every time you'd see somebody look at it, and then you'd see him double take,
yeah.
And I'd be like, "Yeah, that you're not wrong. It looks like a half hard penis."
What was your costume?
Funny. I was a witch. Okay. I wore a tulle skirt, and then the most uncomfortable shoes. I thought my feet were going to be disfigured when I took off my shoes.
You're like, this is what foot binding feels like.
I felt like a geisha.
Oh my god!
Is that wrong? Geishas don't do it.
No,
Chinese.
No, it's Chinese, and they would break the feet. I have a friend she would tell me about this. She was a historian who specialized in this. She's they would break the feet and put them in. They would curve them, and then the woman can walk, and then I probably shouldn't. Well, I'm going to talk about it. There's this whole what is it? A line of porn that deals with foot binding and the smell because they would get infected and all this other stuff. There's a whole
did you? I'm sorry.
Genre
did you say porn?
Pornography around foot binding. People get off on it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
People are so weird.
People are weird. I thought my choice of porn is weird.
So
sometimes I'm
weird.
My choice of porn is weird, and then I hear about the foot binding
porn.
What
porn choice do you have?
Let's do that on a different episode because I don't want to get into it here. But sometimes I think weird.
I am dying of curiosity.
Sometimes I think weird, and then I hear about the foot binding, and I'm like, no, not weird at all.
All right, I want to just say I'm going to be thinking about what kind of porn you like for the rest of this episode, at least maybe longer.
Cliffhanger. Okay? Cliffhanger.
And now I'm going to be asking people what kind of porn they like because I'm obsessed with people's sex life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, I'll look at couples and think about, I have a genuine curiosity, not a judgment, what they're into, what kind, because it's weird, everybody's different.
Yeah. And I always wonder.
Odd.
Yeah, I always wonder what really gets people off. I always wonder when I see these guys, because, okay, stereotype, but here it is. Sometimes you see this, wealthy guy with, this just model Giselle type girlfriend, and I'm like, I wonder if that's what really deep down gets them off. I always wonder what kind of porn those guys are watching, because it's probably not Giselle porn. It's probably some kind of different.
You think it's fat cheesemaker girl, or
or burly dude,
yeah, Big Mama Jama and the ladies of the evening,
or foot binding.
The foot binders.
Yeah, so I always wonder.
And I think if we ever buy a soccer team, which is not out of the realm of concept,
yeah,
We'll name them the foot binders.
I'm down with that.
No, 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 no. They can't kick the ball very far.
So you were
So
saying
yeah,
before
my feet were hurting.
your feet were bound. So wait, what kind of shoes were they?
They were like 4 or 5 inch patent leather shoes. I don't know what I
Like
was
a
thinking. I'm an
stiletto
idiot.
or like just like a chunky heel?
Yeah, a stiletto, and then it was like a platform,
Yeah.
and then it went to a point, and then it had like it. It was kind of like a saddle, not like a saddle shoe. I'll post it. I'll post it for everybody to see. My arch enemy.
But arch. Get it? Foot
My
arch.
arch enemy. Yeah.
I've been to so many conferences in the past that I now know the importance of that comfortable shoe. So, because it's like you're
Yeah.
just walking around
Your
and
feet
it's
are
just,
hurting.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I want anybody who were from the conference that night. If I was talking to you that night, I was not thinking about our conversation. I was thinking about my feet.
They're like, why does that girl look like she needs to take a shit?
No, I looked more like I was like pleading for help from like I was being held hostage, but I wanted to let them know.
You're like pleading with your eyes
Like,
and like you're expecting them to read like, let's exchange shoes.
uh-huh. Yeah. 3 children, tell me more. I want to die.
Give me your shoes.
I yeah. Yeah.
So you need an assistant, you were saying before we hit record.
You guys, I need an assistant. So I'm manifesting an assistant,
Okay.
and I really I need one so I like because I want to spend more time with Scarlett and do fun things.
Yeah.
But like it might take me like 15-20 minutes to change a password.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I need to find somebody who's good at the things I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. I had an assistant and he had a stroke. He was like a healthy young guy and he stroked
But
out.
you're such a tyrant. You're such a tyrant.
He could not take this level of ADHD and disorganization. It was just like even too much for him, and he had a serious stroke.
Physical stroke.
Yeah. So.
Well, that I'm gonna hard connect that to one of the speakers was at Rank Makers. Was okay. So let me tell you. It was Joe Dispenza who does energy work. He probably could have healed that guy from a stroke.
You know, I love Joe Dispenza because I've read the book, the Ho'oponopono book, that he wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one of my first
Wow.
spiritual books that I've ever read, and the mantra from that book I use still, and that book made a huge impact on me. So, yeah.
When he was speaking to us at the conference, I felt in the presence of a master soul.
That's cool.
You know, someone who's here to teach. Like I love that. There's only a few people I think of like that. But I mean, my friend Lena, Tatiana, and I were all invited by our friend Jessica to attend this thing. And she's our friend that we go out to dinner with. Like, honestly, like, she's lovely. She's amazing. She's new in town. So, you know, she fits right in with us. She's awesome. We had no idea when we show up to this thing that like she and her husband, Ray Higdon, they're like a big fucking deal. Like, they're like a huge deal. And like everything they talk about is all the stuff that we talk about. Like, they're like gurus. Like, big time.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like, Jessica and I talk about like what snacks we give our children.
Well, gurus talk about normal
or
stuff too. She probably found it like to be a relief because like if you're a guru, people just want to talk deep shit with you all the time. So she's probably like, "Oh my god, I'm
well,
so
wait.
glad that I could just talk to Lizzy about snacks."
Well, yeah. Well, we talk about like beauty product, like just
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
all girlfriends talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was in she switched from she was in a like she was talking about this switching to be a real estate agent, switching from she and her husband's company that they built together from scratch to a real estate agent. I'm like, what's the big deal? Little did I know they built this fucking empire of like, I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
Like crazy. We had like they had, like I said, Dr. Joe Dispenza speaking at it, Angel Fletcher, Stormy Wellington, which is an amazing, she wants us to do our book and she wants to be on this podcast, she told me. Like, and we're doing that, just so you know.
Okay. So, wait, before you go on.
So, like, okay.
Tell the audience, because not everybody knows, like, what is Rank Makers? What is this conference? Like, what?
We didn't know either. It turns out, like when we went, we really didn't know. It's like, it's inspiring, it's an inspiring, like, concept to go and get marketing tools. You get sales, you get, energy work. They were talking about meditation. I mean, it was like all different angles of wellness for your business.
So is it
and
like
manifesting?
Because what I was thinking of, because it's Rank Makers, so it kind of like elevates, right? Like, was it like something like that? Like, to elevate your business, how to elevate yourself, how to elevate, right? Is that
your body? Yeah, the whole thing.
Cool.
But business, body, like the whole, like everything you can think of.
Yeah.
We had no idea. So we were coming in. I just know that like I love to go to things where everybody's trying to improve themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing to do. Oh my God. But there was like, the speakers they had were amazing. They were truly amazing. And I would recommend this to anybody. And it's, they do a lot of, what's the kind of like downlines, sales companies like, Mary
Pyramid
Kay,
marketing
Buford
schemes?
Chef. Yeah. No, it's like network marketing.
Okay.
So a lot of people like they have a lot of trainings for that. I couldn't tell. I mean, it was just sales trainings.
Yeah.
Is what it like felt like to me. So it was like, I mean, I think it would really be huge for if you were in a network marketing business, but it's like it would be good for anybody. So, literally anybody.
So was it just like speaker after speaker after speaker, different topics, or like were there simultaneous speakers you could choose? Like how did it work? How many people were there?
There was speaker after there were, it looks like there were 15 different speakers, and then Ray and Jessica. Which Jessica told her story of herself growing up, and it was like it was not exactly, but very similar to mine.
Yeah. And
you know what I noticed? Every single one of the speakers, and I love this, they've been on the dirt, man. They've been in the, like, they've fallen so hard or started from nothing. They all had like this deep, I believe the lower you can go, the higher you can go.
It's
so
the Phoenix Rising. They all had the Phoenix Rising stuff.
Yeah. They all were rising phoenixes.
That's amazing.
Phoenixes?
Phoenixes.
Phoenixes. But yeah, it truly was an amazing experience. That, one. And two, I got to spend 3 days with my girlfriends, which I think might have helped me more than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, and I realized that, like, I need to be better about selling this podcast. Selling our store that we've worked so hard on, selling you, selling myself. Like, I talked about you all weekend long. It was so easy to be around those people who with a high vibration and talking about you
Yeah.
because you're on such a high vibration, you know, and just surrounding myself with high vibrations,
Yeah.
you know. So, I mean, it was just, and it was a really cool experience. I want to tell everyone to go to do something like that and like follow certain people. Like you have to follow Stormy Wellington. Like she's a riot.
You know what? I've never
I mean,
heard of her, so I'm like, as soon as you told me, I was like,
I hadn't either.
Okay. Yeah.
I hadn't either, and like I am telling you, when I saw her speak, I'm like, okay, I want to be her friend.
Yeah.
I want her to be my friend. Like I want to like connect. Like she's on my same like, because I wish it like her. She was at such a high level, and that's where I love to be. Like, so I'm like, okay, like I want to be her friend. So, there was a speaker named Justin Prince. Holy shit!
I've heard of him.
He talked about oh, he's such a great speaker. But he talked about, and I loved it because I thought of Jason's dad in our family, but he said that you want to be the one of your family that changes the trajectory of everyone's life that comes after you.
Yeah.
And Jason's dad, I mean, he moved like so many people and helped them get from Iran to here and like changed everything for everybody.
Yeah.
So he was the one. And it's like, that was an extremely, inspiring guy. Like I loved him. And then there was this other lady who's taught breathing meditations and energy work. Her name was Candace. Yeah, Candace Tranter.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You ever met somebody so powerful they take you back a little bit? Like she was up on stage and I was like my energy was like kind of shoved back a little bit and I was like, wow, like she's so cool. We got to hang out with her afterwards and have breakfast with her the next morning and oh my God, she's lovely. She's going to come out and do energy work on us.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I know. I want I'm going to see if we can get her when you're here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To do a session with us.
Yeah,
right? That would be really cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, it was just, I mean.
So who do you have a favorite speaker?
I think like, obviously Dr. Joe Dispenza was amazing.
What did you get at? What did he talk about? Like, what did you get? What was your like takeaway from what he was saying?
The power of the mind and the power of your thoughts and power of like coming together and having people like, I mean, they do sessions. We have to go to one of it. Let's like put that on the thing. We have to go to one of his sessions because they've literally healed people just praying over them.
Yeah. Yeah. The Ho'oponopono book was like I have to get the name because it's not called the Ho'oponopono book, but it was like one of the first spiritual books that I got. And I was practicing the prayers and the meditations that he had in there. And I think it shifted stuff in my life. So yeah, for sure.
Well, maybe we could do that book at some point. I would love to.
Yeah.
But Stormy Wellington, she was so cool. I think, Bryn Lang, she talked about how to schedule your day. And she was a great speaker. But she came right after Stormy Wellington, which was like a bring down the house, like kind of, I wouldn't have wanted, but Bryn Lang, she like talked about scheduling your day, and I probably will succeed the most out of what she was saying because I'm so unscheduled, as you know.
Yeah.
Like I need to be more scheduled. So that is like I came out of the she gave amazing tips. I think Stormy Wellington was my favorite. And then my friend Jessica Higdon, her mom recently passed and she was able and felt comfortable to tell the story of her childhood. And I am going to tell you, like, she was amazing. And like, there was not a dry eye in the house. Like, how like she talked about letting things go and just like releasing the pain of things. And like, I'm telling you, I was completely shocked. I was completely shocked because, uh, you never know who you're going to be lucky enough to meet in life.
Yeah.
And I just felt so lucky that I got to meet um, Jessica and my friends Tatiana and Lena. It just like I felt this immense amount of gratitude that here this like dumbass poor kid from like Nowheresville, Illinois, like gets to like I get to be close to people that are so cool. Like it just made me feel like, like so grateful for these people around me. Have you ever felt like that? It
Yeah.
was just like I'm in my
Yeah.
place where I need to be, and
Yeah, I feel that a lot.
it,
So, yeah. I think,
it's so good.
have you ever been to a conference like that? Like, I know you went to a lot of conferences because you were in sales, but have you ever been to anything like that, or was this just like first?
My first conference that I ever felt that shift was it was called the Friedman Group.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, I remember the speaker was Molly. And I remember thinking, I want to do that. I want to do that I want to do that. That was like, I walked away wanting to speak on stages. And I had two thoughts like, wow, she's so cool. And my second thought was, I think I could be better than her. Sorry, Molly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know you've been to them, and I know you've been to some cool ones.
Yeah, I think the best one I went to was so my two business partners that we have the coaching business with, Dorota and Maya. We decided to go to Amsterdam to go to Maya suggests she called us up. She's like, it's a productivity conference, and I was like, that sounds boring, but it's in Amsterdam, so let's go. And like,
Yeah, that's not boring.
yeah, so we ended up going, and it was the author of the book Getting Things Done had a Getting Things Done conference, and it was amazing speakers. I mean, the guy who invented SpaceX, or he worked for SpaceX, so he like was talking about space exploration, and he was one of my favorite speakers because space tourism, that's what he was talking about, because he was saying,
oh,
impossible doesn't mean no. And he was talking about how he wanted to rent a spaceship to start space exploration, and he went to America, and they said no, because he wanted to rent a spaceship. So when America said no, he went to Russia. Like a faux pas now, but this was years ago. So he went to Russia, and they said impossible, and he goes, impossible doesn't mean no. And that became like my favorite line. Like, impossible it doesn't mean no. So just little tidbits like that, and it was tons of stories of people who, like you said, they've done amazing things.
Rose.
So it was really cool. It was really well done. And then I think when you're in that energy, like cool things happen. So Maya, Dorota, and myself, the three coaches, we're friends. We're like, let's start a business, but we didn't know how to brand ourselves. We didn't know like what to do. And we went to like this cocktail party, and this guy who looked like Jesus came up to us. We started calling him Dutch Jesus because he was Dutch and he had like a long beard. And he's just like, what do you do? And I can't do a Dutch accent.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah. And
I felt that.
you felt it was Dutchy, a little Dutchy.
I felt a little Dutchy.
So, we started introducing ourselves.
Let's be clear. I've probably spoken to like 3 Dutch people in my life.
I just know, like, my friend is Dutch, and wait, how do you say, he says tornadoes in a great way. Tornadoes, lots of little tornadoes. Like, say tornadoes again. Dutch Jesus came up to us, and he's like, what do you do? And I said, I'm a brain-based coach, and I started talking about, like, the neuroscience of coaching, and then She's probably like falling asleep. And then Dorota's like, I work with the body. So she does like the Lowen School of Body Coaching. And then Maya's like, oh, I just work with business. And he goes, brain, body, business, the 3 Bs. And he just walked away. And we're like, that's it. We're the 3 Bs.
Thank you for naming our company.
Yeah. And then here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. The next day we go, it's the like first day of the conference because this was like the cocktail party before. And we sit down in our chairs, and this guy on the stage is like, I want to talk about business, but first I'm going to show you a video about bees. And we're like,
you're like, what?
We're the 3 Bs. And he starts talking about how, how bees relate to business and how like companies function like the hive. And then we just sat there with our mouths open. Like, we just had the 3 Bs. Now he's talking about bees. And then when we got up from our seats, there was money. We were all sitting on money. Like, somebody had left euros on our seats for some reason. So we were literally like, it was just one of those like,
I love it.
So all these like cool.
I love it.
And I think that happens at really good conferences when people get together for a common goal. Like, these miracles happen.
So,
and I love that.
So when we went out, so after Stormy Wellington spoke, we all took a break. We went out, and Tatiana, she's like the most adorable thing in the world. She's like, I'd like to get a picture with, she's from Moldova.
Oh.
Moldova?
Moldova.
Moldova. Yeah? Moldova.
Moldova.
Okay. I'm like, it always sounds like a Hallmark movie where the prince, like, she doesn't know she's a prince, or she knows her princess. Like, it doesn't always sound. But anyway,
they always
she's
from
so
Moldova?
freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they're always from like Moldova or something like it. But she goes, I want to get a picture with Stormy. Now, literally, I would never ask somebody for a picture with them. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, it's like, it's just, I don't want pictures with people except for my friends.
Yeah.
So for me, it's way out of my comfort zone, but she's so adorable. I'm like, I'll go with you. I'll take the picture. And then she's like, are you going to get one? I was like, maybe I will. Like, what's like,
what
I need to learn to step out of, what the hey? So she gets her picture. It's my turn. And Stormy looks at me and she says, what do you do? I was like, oh, well, we have a podcast, this, that, and then, and I said, we review self-help books and methods. And she calls out to her assistant and she's like, give me one of my books. She's like, I want you to do my book. But first, and I'll be on your podcast. She said that. And I was like, super excited. I was like, what? And she was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone all the time now. But she said, put my book up to your head and open it, and you'll get an answer to a question.
Mm.
So I did. She's like, and my friend Stephanie and I used to do this with a certain book as well, and it works.
Yeah.
So I open it, and it says, always pick higher over evil.
Mm. And we use that Michelle Obama quote when they go low.
Well, no, I immediately said, that's funny because when others are going high, I go low. I'm from the streets. She goes, oh my God, that's hilarious. But more importantly, in that book when I got home from the conference, I read the book. She has Michelle Obama's quote in that book.
Those are the little signs. These are the universe signposts.
But then the universe kept putting higher. You need to go higher.
Yeah.
Higher, higher. And like, even to the point that Tatiana and Lena noticed like the things following me that are saying higher.
That's cool.
Like, we need to go higher.
Yeah.
But I'm taking that as I should probably get high, which I don't like marijuana.
No, and I'm sober, so.
That's not what it's saying?
No.
Okay.
But I love the stepping out of the comfort zone thing. And I did that at the conference too. Like, I went up to David Allen, the author of Getting Things Done, and I'm like, can you sign my book? Can you sign your book? I haven't read it yet. And he's like, don't rush. Like, he was so funny. And he's like, just don't worry about it. But he signed it. And then I went up to the space guy, and I was like, I love I thanked him, and it's cool. But it is, you feel like, I don't want to, but that's cool that you did.
I don't want. I'm so like it makes me so nervous, but I was so glad I did because, um, you know, I think I like reverse like do what people do with like celebrities. Like I treat them
Reverse
like
cowgirl?
less important. I reverse cowgirl them. Like I don't like want to make eye contact at all with that. Like somebody who, and that shouldn't be how it is either. Like I should
Yeah.
be comfortable. You know, I I should just be better about like not holding that against them, their success.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Oh, that's cool.
That got weird. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad.
It was
I'm glad you went.
wonderful.
I'm glad you got a lot out of it. So.
Yeah. Like Bryn Lang, she said, unplanned life equals no life. Unplanned revenue equals no revenue. I mean, she was super, super cool. She said to sit down on Sundays and take 30 minutes and schedule out your week by the hour.
Fantastic.
I'm like, yeah. So we're doing that now.
Okay.
I knew you'd be on board with it.
Okay.
And then one thing else that we can start today, I was going to tell you this. Stormy said, it's November. So we're going to be saying, we're saying no to anything we don't want.
Okay. I can completely get on board with that. Because I'm such a yeser.
So thank you, Stormy, for that.
Yeah, thank you. I got to start saying no to things. Yeah.
I might even just say no to things I want just to get the practice in.
Yeah. My dad's, I think, a genius, but he knew this from like when I was in high school. He told me to get no tattooed on my hand. Because he's like, you're just too agreeable. He's like, just say no, So he told me that from a young age. Yeah, but it's hard. Hard when you're a pleaser.
Did your mom like really love that you were agreeable as a child? Like, where did the approval come from for that?
I don't know.
I got a lot. My sister was the, like she took 2 adults to watch her. She didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Katie did not give a fuck about anything. Like, pissing people off.
Yeah.
But me, I got so many props for being agreeable and quiet and, like, good. So that's what I really love to do, until I realized that basically makes you a doormat.
Yeah.
But
we all have our saboteurs. I think I'm going to do like a coaching thing about like how to assess your saboteur, like what is your saboteur, and then how to work with it, because we all have different ones.
Yeah, you should.
So I think I'll do that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
We can all discover them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Will you put one together for me, and can we do it on the podcast?
Yeah. We'll do that. Cool.
Okay.
Yay.
I would love to do that. Well, I want to personally just thank Rank Makers, my friends Ray and Jessica Higdon, for letting me do what they do, and it was just so cool. So
I love it.
If you're listening, I love you and thank you. Yeah. It was a life changer.
Yeah, this is going to be a life changer for us, I think. I got a feeling.
I think it is too. Yep, I do too. And I absolutely love you.
Me too. I'm so happy you went to this and like got so much out of it. It's what we needed, I think, too.
So
like we needed a shot of energy. Yeah.
Totally. We've just had a lot going on, and now we're gonna work smart and just get this done. We're moving up in ranks.
'Cause we're moving on now. Moving on now.
Moving on now. I want to be in the top 5 podcasts.
Okay.
In the country. I do.
I do too.
I think we're good enough. We're not the
enough.
best. I don't want to be the one.
Smart enough.
I'm good enough.
It's top 5.
Top 5. I don't want to be the
Yeah, it's too much pressure.
number 1.
Too lazy.
No. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I just want to be in the top 5. Hey, can we make a t-shirt that says good enough?
Yes. Amen. Making it.
And I want one that says bold.
Okay. One that says too much.
I want one that says too much. Yes, let's do that. All right.
Good enough, bold, too much. That's it. 3 t-shirts going to be released with this episode.
I love it so much. It deserves it because it's so.
I want one.
It's really
I'm thinking
cool.
about one that's just as rank.
Well, no, they have t-shirts that, and I bought a couple of them that they say, what do they say? It's a really powerful statement. I can't remember what it said. No, be defiant.
Oh, yeah.
So I was thinking, be defiant. Maybe we could have one that says just defiant.
Defiant. Yeah.
Like, be proud of it.
Okay.
Because I am defiant.
Yeah.
That's also why I'm not hireable by anybody else.
No, I was just like,
I would never want to have me as an employee.
yeah. I just can't have a boss. It's really hard for me to have a boss.
The only time I want a boss is in the bedroom.
Is that
But in real life, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, no, no. Is that what?
Is that
what you
your
like to
choice?
watch
No.
on porn, bosses.
yeah, bossy born?
Bossy porn. Oh my god. Oh, I love you. You're so funny.
You're funny. All right,
You're so
cool.
funny.
Well, I will wait. So
Well,
next Tuesday, I think we're doing our health stuff because we skipped the health week to do.
Yeah, we skipped that to do this.
Yeah, and now we're gonna get back to being healthy as well.
Yep.
Cool.
So we're doing Fit in 5 or something like that. What's the book we're doing called? We have it.
Do 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 do.
It's a 5-minute fuck up.
5 minute.
The 5-minute fuck up.
Audible, where are you? 5 minutes to fit. No, the 5 seconds. Yeah. He's an Indian guy, right?
Yeah, and so look up a
Feel
5-minute
Better in
book
5.
written by an
Feel
Indian.
Better in 5 by Dr.
Okay.
Rangan Chatterjee.
And I'm
He's
telling
kinda
you, you're
cute.
going to love this book. He's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
And looks matter, y'all.
Looks matter. Looks matter.
Looks matter. Looks matter.
All
All
right.
right.
See you
I
next
love you, and I'll
Tuesday.
see you
I
next
love you too.
Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Rate and follow us if you like us. If you don't, please don't.
And come visit us at www.theweneedhelppodcast.com. There you can find show notes, links for books. You can join Audible, which is, how we actually read our books. We listen to them. And we have special exclusive content just for you. Also, feel free to subscribe to our Patreon account. That's where you can support us financially because we need it. And it can be anywhere from $1 to $100 billion a month, whatever you can afford. And the link to our Patreon account is www.patreon, and that's spelled patreon.com/We Need Help Podcast. And you can support us on there. We would really appreciate it because we do need help.
Awesome. And we will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Thanks,
Bye.
loves. Bye.